The ocean hides more than it reveals. Beneath the surface, far beyond where sunlight fades, the water sometimes glows, alive with light made by living creatures. Most people think this only happens in the deep, in total darkness. But that's only half the story. Bioluminescence appears across the ocean, from the sunlit shallows to the shadowy twilight zones. It flashes, pulses, and glows at nearly every depth. And yet, on land, glowing life is almost non-existent. A few insects, some fungi, and that's it. So why does light thrive in water but vanish on land? Why has evolution found the same glowing solution over and over in the sea, but almost never elsewhere? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why the ocean itself seems to glow with purpose. Now, the very first thing you should know is that bioluminescence is not just a deep-sea novelty. It's a defining feature of ocean life. From tiny drifting plankton to massive sharks, glowing organisms fill the entire water column. In the open ocean, the vast space far from shore and high above the seafloor, most animals can produce light in some way. Look at this example near the surface. Microscopic plankton called dinoflagellates glow when disturbed. When waves crash or boats cut through the water, they erupt in blue flashes. Sailors have watched glowing wakes trail behind ships for centuries, long before anyone understood what caused them. As we move deeper into dimmer water, the glow becomes more deliberate. Fish flash signals. Squid pulse patterns along their skin. Shrimp release clouds of glowing fluid when attacked. Even in shallow sunlit areas, bioluminescence still plays a role. Some squid use light to erase their shadows, while others rely on glowing partners, bacteria that live inside their bodies, to help them disappear in plain sight. This changes how we should think about bioluminescence. It's not just an answer to total darkness. It's a versatile tool that works across many conditions. And the reason lies in the ocean itself. The open sea is an exposed place. There are few walls, few hiding spots, no trees, no rocks to duck behind. Reef systems cover only a tiny fraction of the ocean floor. Most animals live suspended in open water, visible from all directions. In that environment, light becomes power. As you know, the ocean is a three-dimensional world, and that changes everything. Danger doesn't come from one direction. It can rise from below, drift in from behind, or drop suddenly from above. There is constant motion and very few places to hide. For most ocean animals, there are no walls, no trees, no solid cover to disappear behind. On land, survival often means finding shelter. However, in the ocean, survival often means avoiding detection altogether. That's where bioluminescence comes in. Light gives animals control over how they appear in open water. Some use it to erase their shadows, while others use it to confuse attackers, attract prey, or signal to their own kind. In a space where visibility decides life or death, controlling light means controlling risk. This is why evolution keeps returning to bioluminescence. Again and again, across millions of years, unrelated species arrived at the same answer. Fish, squid, jellyfish, and crustaceans. Different bodies, different ancestors, the same glowing solution. When evolution repeats itself like this, it isn't chance. It's a response to pressure that never goes away. The ocean demands tools that work in darkness, distance, and exposure, and bioluminescence works. Now you might be wondering, how does it actually work? At its core, bioluminescence is a chemical reaction. It produces light without heat, no flame, no burn. Some animals generate the light themselves, others rely on symbiotic partners. In animals that produce their own glow, special molecules react with oxygen inside the body, releasing energy as light. Different versions of these molecules produce different colors, though blue and green dominate because they travel farthest through seawater. Other animals don't produce light at all. Instead, they host glowing bacteria inside specialized organs. The bacteria receive shelter and nutrients. The animal gains a controllable light source. This partnership has evolved many times, often involving similar types of bacteria. Water makes all of this easier. Chemical reactions proceed smoothly, waste products are diluted and carried away by currents, and heat disperses efficiently. On land, these reactions are harder to manage and potentially more dangerous. So, as you've probably realized by now, being noticed in the open ocean can be deadly. Many animals use light not to hide but to shock. Some jellyfish and comb jellies produce sudden, intense flashes when attacked. The burst of light startles predators, buying a split second to escape. Others take it further. Small crustaceans release clouds of glowing liquid that stick to attackers, lighting them up like targets. This draws the attention of larger predators, turning the original hunter into prey. Some plankton even flash specifically to attract danger. When a fish bites them, they light up, calling in even bigger predators. It's a desperate move, but one that works often enough to persist. In the ocean, light doesn't always mean, "Look at me." Sometimes it means, you picked the wrong target. Drawing attention usually ends badly. But in open water, where escape options are limited, chaos can become a form of protection. In the open ocean, especially in the midwater zone, sunlight doesn't disappear all at once. It fades gradually as it filters down from the surface. From above, that light is weak. From below, it's everything. Predators hunting upward can easily spot anything that breaks that faint glow. A solid body becomes a dark shape. A shadow can mean death. This is where bioluminescence becomes truly strange, as some animals solve this problem in an unexpected way. They make their own light. By producing a soft glow along their undersides, these animals cancel out their silhouettes. The light they emit closely matches the brightness of the water above them. To a predator below, the animal's shadow simply vanishes. This strategy is called counter-illumination, and it's one of the most effective forms of camouflage ever evolved. Fish, squid, and shrimp all developed it independently. Many species can adjust their brightness in real time, responding to changes in depth, moonlight, or cloud cover. Some even fine-tune individual light organs to maintain a perfect match as they move through the water. On land, glowing to hide would only make you easier to see. There's no consistent light source overhead to blend into, but in the ocean, this trick works so well that evolution keeps discovering it again and again. In a world with nowhere to hide, becoming light itself is the best disguise. Not all predators want to be invisible. Some want to be irresistible. If you've watched Finding Nemo, you probably remember that glowing light drifting in the darkness, the one that fooled Marlin and Dory. That cute little sparkle wasn't harmless at all. It belonged to an anglerfish. Anglerfish are masters of deception. A bioluminescent lure dangles in front of their mouths, pulsing gently in the dark. Every curious prey drifts closer, mistaking it for food or safety. Then, in an instant, it's over. But anglerfish aren't alone. Some sharks glow to alter their outline, appearing smaller than they really are. Others mimic the glow of harmless animals, luring prey into range. Squid use sudden flashes to disorient and confuse their targets, striking while they hesitate. In the open ocean, where food is scattered and encounters are rare, light doesn't just reveal, it seduces. If you think you now know everything about bioluminescence, there's one more layer. In the vast ocean, sound and scent can spread unpredictably. Light, however, travels fast and straight. On land, animals rely more on sound, smell, and color patterns. Space is tighter, distances are shorter, and visual signals compete with daylight. The ocean's scale demands different tools. Bioluminescence isn't always about immediate survival. Sometimes it's about finding the right partner. Many ocean species use light patterns to communicate. Flashes, pulses, and sequences act like signatures, helping animals recognize their own kind in a place where mistakes can be fatal. Some squid display moving waves of light across their bodies. Others use precise timing to signal dominance or submission. One of the most remarkable aspects of bioluminescence is how often it has evolved independently. Across the ocean, countless species, completely unrelated to one another, arrived at the same solution. Fish, squid, jellyfish, shrimp, different ancestors, different body plans, yet the same glowing ability. This repetition tells us something profound. The ocean presents the same challenges everywhere. Constant darkness, vast openness, relentless exposure, and enormous distances between food and shelter. In such a world, survival demands innovation, and bioluminescence answers multiple problems at once. It hides the small and vulnerable from predators. It warns or confuses attackers. It lures prey and allows hunters to strike unseen. It communicates with potential mates or rivals across the vast, featureless expanse of open water. The repeated emergence of glowing in entirely separate lineages is not coincidence. It is a solution shaped by relentless pressure, evolution's answer to a harsh environment. It isn't about beauty or spectacle. It isn't about fascination. It's about survival. At this depths, where light can mean life, bioluminescence works. And that's why evolution keeps discovering it again and again. Now you are asking yourself, but on land, nights are dark too, right? So why didn't bioluminescence dominate there? The answer lies in structure. Land is full of hiding places: trees, rocks, soil, burrows, shadows. Animals can disappear without producing light. Air also makes glowing harder. Chemical byproducts linger instead of washing away, and light travels shorter distances. Here, producing glow becomes riskier and less efficient. That's why land-based bioluminescence appears only in narrow situations. Fireflies signaling mates, fungi glowing in rotting wood, or larvae living in dark caves. Even freshwater environments, surprisingly, have almost no bioluminescence. Chemistry and ecology simply don't favor it. However, in the ocean, they do. Now, you might be thinking that bioluminescence feels magical. That's because we don't live in the environment that shaped it. But in the ocean, glowing isn't strange. It's practical. It's what happens when life adapts to endless water, constant exposure, and limited shelter. If life exists elsewhere, in alien oceans beneath icy moons, glowing may be one of the first signs we might find. Every flicker of light tells the same story. The ocean is alive in ways most of us never see, and bioluminescence exists at the edge of what we can observe. From tiny plankton lighting up waves at night to lanternfish flashing in the dim twilight zone, each glow is a reminder of a hidden world beneath the surface. Bioluminescence is more than just beauty. It is survival made visible, a strategy shaped by pressure, darkness, and exposure. In the vast open ocean, light is a tool, a weapon, a language, and a shield. It reminds us that life adapts in ways we can barely imagine, thriving in conditions humans can hardly endure. Somewhere in the endless blue, countless glowing creatures continue their silent dance, flashing, pulsing, and disappearing into the dark. Each new encounter is a fleeting glimpse of a world we're only beginning to understand. What do you think? Does knowing the reason behind the glow make it less mysterious, or even more unsettling? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.